All right, everybody. So this is an interesting situation. And the reason why I call it interesting is that information on all of this is like very much scattered right now. Like right now, to prepare a proper takedown and breakdown of this entire situation, you're going to have to like skim through a lot of different social media sites and different accounts because this is all over the place and has yet to be picked up enough that there's like a concise timeline of events. So I'm going to have to like live put this shit together. But people requested that I talk about this in the Discord, and I also have friends who were talking about this and asking that I cover it. So I figure I might as well. Now, to be very clear here, even though we don't like the person that this segment is about, like I do not like Sam Hyde. I think he can be funny sometimes, but overall, I think he's just kind of like awful in every way as a person. And because of that, I definitely have my bias and my tendency to want to just immediately believe these allegations and move on. But we are going to take them seriously. We are going to look at them at least somewhat critically as we would any allegations, and try to have a fair and as unbiased take as possible. Problem with this is the most you can really find on this are like collages of evidence, not so much like a timeline and breakdown of the situation. If anyone has links that are relevant, I would love if you drop them in the chat because it would help a ton. But here's what we have now. Fair warning, I don't know what YouTube's rules are when it comes to blood. Like, are small amounts of blood, like from someone's nose, allowed to show? Because I had a nosebleed on stream once and it was fine, but I don't know what the rules would be in this situation. Like, do I have to... The pictures here show a girl who Sam Hyde apparently dated with blood coming from her nose and mouth. And it's a photo of her that she took. I don't know if it's... It could be fake blood. I wouldn't risk it. Okay. Here. I will... How can I censor this as best I can? I'm sure there's a way I can censor this. Movie recap channels turn it grayscale? Yeah, I could do that. I could definitely try that. I don't think this is going to be a problem. Well, it might be. YouTube has bots that detect this. Okay, here. I'm going to drop a link to this post, to this image in the chat. For anybody who wants verification that this image is real, this is the collage that is spreading on Twitter the most, like, prevalently right now. So if anyone wants to see what I'm referring to, this is the collage that is going around Twitter right now. And mind you, the story hasn't been picked up enough that, like, there's a solid timeline. So I kind of have to piece together the puzzle here. Now, to give a description of what I'm looking at right now, because I don't want to risk my YouTube channel by showing anything that shows any blood, the top right of the collage is a photo of this girl and Sam Hyde. She is kind of like hugging and leaning on Sam Hyde in a very like coupley way. And she has what appears to be blood going down her nose from her lips and down like her chin, and has a band-aid over her nose as well. Now, while I would be inclined to believe this is fake, because for those that don't know, Sam Hyde does a lot of really weird shit. Like, he's always, like, faking some, like, awful-looking thing that would come off a certain way. So for all we know, this is a girl who's put fake blood up her nose and in her mouth and is posing for a picture to make it look like they're, like, a couple happily... Because they're happily smiling together. Like, they're taking a smiling photo together, and she's got blood coming down from her nose. One thing I'll say is, the blood looks a lot redder than real blood does. So that's a little weird. It looks like fake blood, but at the same time it doesn't. Because of the way it's drying and the way that it's like coming from her nose. Like I've had chronic nosebleeds before, so I know what it's like. It's dark red. Like it's just not that dark red here. Number one, and two, it dries to your face in like a staining kind of way. Like blood dries to your skin in a very staining kind of like you can't fucking get it out kind of way. And that just doesn't look like that here. So I do want to say that the pictures, if they haven't been digitally altered, the blood looks weird. And as someone who's had like insane, like gushing chronic nosebleeds where it's a ridiculous amount of blood, I know what blood looks like coming from your nose and like from your face and being on your face, how that's supposed to look. And it doesn't look that bright red. It just doesn't. Yeah. So I will point that out. There's just a lot of photos here where it's like them together, so it's clear that they seem to have some kind of relationship. And another photo that shows that her tooth is chipped, which seems to correlate with where she would have been punched. It's her showing off her tooth, and there's like a green circle around the chipped part of her tooth, which, yeah, shit. And then the rest of it is DMs. It's actually text exchanges. The first seems to be from like an anonymous message forum. The first one is an attachment. Actually, no, I'm going to read the screenshots first and then the forum posts because they seem to be... The fact that she's smiling is very confusing. The most concerning thing is how young she looks. She definitely looks pretty young. Apparently, she's a minor. That's a big part of it as well. Apparently, she's a minor. And to give you an idea of why I'm taking these allegations seriously when so little has come out so far, is that the response from Sam Hyde's fans has been, who cares if she was 17? They're not even arguing that she wasn't 17. They're arguing that 17 isn't that bad. And that suggests to me, like, man, if his own fans aren't even bothering to, like, argue that, like, he didn't do anything with a 17-year-old, they're immediately falling on 17's not that bad. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Ooh. But here are the screenshots. Sam Hyde messages her, I'm going to be real hard on you tomorrow. She says, for being obnoxious? He says, no, just because it's time. Time to start using you the way I really want to. Don't worry. I think you'll like it too. I will do just about anything for you, whether I like it or not. Good to hear. Oh yeah, don't eat anything between now and tomorrow, sweetie. Smiley face. Oh my god. Based on these DM interactions, it seems like they were in like a torture relationship. Maybe it was like consensual beating. Like he found a woman that's into being beat. Like Sam Hyde's the kind of guy that would like stay single for decades till he found like a 17-year-old girl who's willing to be like beaten consensually, quote unquote. Like that does seem like the kind of guy he is. He does not have positive opinions on women. He has expressed very negative opinions on women. I left for dinner during the boogie segment. What did I miss? We're covering a Nazi. Like, for those who don't know, Sam Hyde is a, like, very popular neo-Nazi comedian. Like, he's a full-on Nazi. He is a Nazi. There are a lot of, like, recorded clips of him when he didn't know he was being recorded where he's going off about, like, the Jews and stuff. Those are the worst bits. Like, the bits that have been recorded where he didn't know he was being recorded and he's going on Nazi rants, that shit suggests it's not a bit or, like, a joke. So, yeah, like, I don't think he's playing a character. I think he's actually just an awful dude who plays an exaggerated version of himself, to be honest. And, ooh, this stuff is not looking good. He says, would you be my secretary and do things I tell you to? She says, like work things? He says, would you let me tell you to stop talking if I think you're talking too much? She says, yes. Would you spend an hour or two curled up at my feet if that's what I wanted? She says, of course. If we live together, would you let me cheat on you once in a while? And we don't see her response. Yeah, this is the $1 Million Extreme guy, for those that, I guess, know him by that name. Yeah, apparently she's 17. That's what I've been hearing about this. So here is these screenshots were posted on a message forum, and so were the photos. And here is the conversation that went along with it. Holy shit, dude, are you me? I also knew a girl who lost her virginity to Sam. She told me he was really bad to her, but she still went out of her way to do things for him. She was also fucking 16 years old, man. Like, fuck. Oh, never mind. The allegation is that it was a 16-year-old. She was also fucking 16 years old, man. Like, fuck. I've hated the guy ever since knowing how much of a dipshit he is. Fucking hate seeing all these fucking MDE threads. MDE? $1 Million Extreme. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you a bit about her. Her first boyfriend was a guy who treated her like shit and got hand jobs from other girls in the class. She had trust issues, divorced parents, and had a bad situation at home. She was also on meds, I believe. She also fucking loved Sam Hyde and MDE, Million Dollar Extreme. What a fucking joy it must have been for him to actually message her back on Facebook and email, and that he actually wanted to meet her. This all happened a while ago, by the way. She was so happy as a 15-year-old kid getting to meet one of her real-life idols, but he fucked her and used her. Yeah, that's really fucking dark. Jesus Christ. Yeah, as you can see, these message forums, when they're describing this stuff, they don't mince words in any way. They really don't. Yeah, so that's two girls discussing a, like, interaction with Sam Hyde that they had both had on a message board. They'd ran into each other, and they'd both, like, met women who had had horrible interactions with Sam Hyde, apparently, and posted evidence they received from those women. One of the girls posted a picture of Sam Hyde shirtless, with the girl leaning on him with the blood coming from her mouth and nose, and the other posted a screenshot interaction with that same girl between Sam Hyde, where it's basically like him asking if she's willing to degrade herself and take beatings and stuff. Zan the Markey situation is 100% real. She was groomed into sex when she was 16. She was an active poster on 4chan and talked about the situation on Discord multiple times until Sam Hyde fans started harassing her and doxing her. I think that's the main reason why this has been so buried and why there's just so little to go off of besides some forum posts. But there's evidence. That's the thing. There's photo evidence and screenshots of text interactions and verification of like injuries over time, like the chipped tooth and like their abusive interactions. Like, it just seems legit. It really does seem legit. Unfortunately, this seems to be the most that we have right now, unless other people have links in chat to more, but this is the most I've been able to find. It's still very much like people are going to be digging for stuff as this gets more attention. It went viral on Twitter, so I imagine people are now looking, but yeah. Abby Bunn, you seem to know more than the average chatter. Yeah, it's so fucked, too, because, like, Sam Hyde is just such an unimpressive guy in every way, outside of being, like, a super edgelord. So it's, you know for a fact that the female fans he would be taking advantage of are already not in a great place to be fans of him in the first place. It's like there are, like, he's selecting for an audience of mentally ill people. So, like, if he takes advantage of anyone from his audience, he's, like, selecting from an audience of 99%, like, severely mentally ill people if they're fans of Sam Hyde. So it's, like, it's just so fucked, you know? Is that why Sam went on that long tweet on a game designer a little bit back? Yeah. Yeah, this... People are quote tweeting that tweet that Sam made with this collage. That's where I found this collage. It was one of the people who had, like, quote tweeted it with that. I've been around Sam Hyde fanboys for years. I used to be a mega edgelord kid when I was younger and around those types of people. None of this is news to people who've been around these communities. No one just takes it seriously. No one takes it seriously because Sam Hyde fans think it's funny. Yeah, I've noticed that Sam Hyde was this, like, niche meme guy for a while, and a couple years ago he blew up, and now he's popular with normies. But those normies have no idea how fucking dark of a past this guy has. And so much of it has been shrouded in, like, irony and, like, post-irony or whatever that, like, no one takes it seriously. Everyone would assume if they heard that he did this that it was a joke. Like, I think it's telling that he's so unserious that I had a real belief that this could all have been, like, a joke or a prank that Sam Hyde was playing on people. Yeah. For those that aren't aware, the guy is, like, an actual Nazi. Holy shit. That's wild. In case you're unfamiliar with Sam Hyde, He had an adult swim show called Million Dollar Extreme Presents World at Peace with fellow comics Nick Rochefort and Charles Carroll. The program premiered in 2016 and was canceled that same year following sketches featuring blackface, the racist welfare queen stereotype, and other contentious moments. Unsurprisingly, alt-writers were big fans of World Peace, or Million Dollar Extreme. At a 2013 Brooklyn comedy show, Hyde, quote, read aloud several pages of homophobic research, as per The Hollywood Reporter. The video of said incident was on the Million Dollar Extreme YouTube channel, but has since been made private. In their extensive history of Hyde's extremist actions, Hope Not Hate point out that Hyde uses the anti-Semitic term Zog, Zionist-occupied government, in that same performance. He also donated $5,000 to the Legal Defense Fund for neo-Nazi website The Daily Stormer. The name is a nod to the Nazi tabloid Der Stürmer. In a photo online, Hyde is seen saluting next to neo-Nazi Andrew Weave Aurenheimer. Oh, and for good measure, he went on alt-right nutjob Alex Jones's show InfoWars. As much as Hyde has used his position as a comedian to pass off his racist and discriminatory comments as ironic, his actions speak for themselves. So at the end of the day, this guy has done really awful shit like this for a long time and is very clearly, like, he is a chud, you know? And regardless, he just kind of, he plays it all off like it's a joke, right? Whoosh deesh. Oh, is this this is a whole Wayback Machine, like, breakdown of what happened? God damn, let's read this. Sam Hyde, One Team, Big Flame, Joey cancellation. Hi, my name is Eve. I formerly worked freelance doing 3D work for Sam Hyde for an unreleased game he was working on for a few months. In my time working freelance, I worked around Sam Hyde and all of One Team, Big Flame, Joey, and was around One Team members and associates like Facey, etc. I guess this is the team he uses to run Fish Tank Live, maybe? I started working with a rough understanding of Sam just being an edgy comedian and had no idea who Big Flame, Joey, or what One Team even was. I was happy to get some 3D freelance work, but here's what I was met with. How I was far from the first person to experience firsthand how bad things really were with Sam Hyde, and how I wound up packing my bags and leaving in the night. These people are fake. Before I left Rhode Island, I tried to change things and confronted things that made me uncomfortable, and was met with blank stares and emptiness. After countless confrontations with One Team and Bick, I realized nothing was changing. Sam Hyde. Here's a screenshot after I left Rhode Island. Constantly spouts this stuff publicly, wipes his Instagram and Twitter, everyone's constantly faced with consequence of reality. This is about the one Big Flame guy being racist. I mean, yeah, we know the people around. This is a lot. I do appreciate this because this stuff is probably all going to be relevant in the future. But this is a way deeper rabbit hole than I really wanted to go. Here's a good. Oh yeah, here's a really good image though. So that's Sam Hyde on the right there, and that's this guy here, neo-Nazi dude with his swastika tattoo, which. Correct me if I'm wrong, is that a swastika tattoo where the swastika is filled with anime characters? Is that what that is? Is that like... Are those like manga panels filling in the swastika? That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. You know, there's a level of just owning it where it's like your swastika is just full of hentai characters where it's like, you know what? At least you fully owned it at that point, you know? Like, I really can't say much. I can't say much. Here's Sam Hyde and Richard Spencer just vibing together, you know, just bros being bros. This guy is, of course, the founder of the alt-right movement. Well, there's something about this photo. Why does this photo look like it was taken in the early 2000s at the earliest? Or at the latest, you know what I mean? Like, there's just something about the quality and lighting of this photo that looks like it came straight out of 2004. Watching a stream on a giant TV can confirm those are manga panels. That's crazy. My God. This is fucking wild. Holy shit. Oh, is this a video clip? Pictured above, Sam Hyde and Richard Bertrand Spencer, who is an American. Below is a compilation of info. Does this video not exist anymore? I'm guessing it doesn't anymore because Web Archive. It's a DLive clip of Nick Fuentes and Sam Hyde talking about like the Jewish question and stuff. Here's the important stuff. Below is a compilation of info on Sam and underage Marky. Marky is the name of this girl, apparently. The video below shows his weird injection of personal life into his skits and how they one-to-one parallel these texts. Most of this is just the stuff we just read. Same text, same images. That's where the collage comes from. Here is... What? Can I, like... Ah, damn, it doesn't... The video clips don't work. I guess these are some of his skits, and apparently they take things from his real life. That's really fucked. I knew firsthand that he was into hitting chicks and ignoring the word no, but I learned about his deviance from other women who messaged me. From them I learned that he liked to get cucked. He liked things shoved up his butt. He liked screwing dudes, and that he's shown all these women a video of me. So, isn't it interesting how, like, going back years and years and years ago, we've got women accusing him of being into getting cucked and having things shoved up his ass? Meanwhile, Sam Hyde dedicated his, like, crusade against iDubbbz. He like, his go-to insults were calling him a cuck and calling him gay. All of it seems to have been projection. Like, everything Sam Hyde said about iDubbbz was projection, but not even projection about, like, what Sam Hyde is dealing with. It's projection about what Sam Hyde is into. That's fucking crazy. I felt really violated and betrayed, but it was cool because he regularly reminded me that he was actually a good boyfriend, quote-unquote, and that, quote, no other man could love me, unquote. Later on, I ended up learning all this stuff myself when I found his huge dildos in his closet, and he admitted to getting a hand job from a dude in his car on a certain night. On a certain night I questioned him about. And the last year of our relationship, he'd call me from his Cali and ask me to make cucking videos for him while crying, and then would call again later begging me not to do it, also crying. I thought the other women were just making up some extra stuff, but nope, he really was a freak. I didn't know about Marky until the very end, when my now boyfriend told me about her and showed me some torn up letters Sam had written her, directing her to r/red pill women at the end, RFOL, rolling on the floor laughing. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Yeah, this just goes on, and, apparently there was a girl named Emily who was also underage when Sam Hyde and her dated. Dude, there's a lot of receipts. Holy shit. No, like, actually, I'm continuing to scroll. There's a lot of fucking receipts, dude. This is legit. Like, guys, this is fucking legit. I gotta be careful. Here's, like, the very shrunk down image of the girl and him together, and you can see her nose is bleeding, but it goes, like, it's cut off, so that's the most, like, safe photo I can show of what was in that collage, of the photo of the underage girl and him together and her bleeding. Dude, that's fucked, man. I think this is legit. I know I have my biases here, and I tried to be as, like, unbiased as I could be, but, like, dude, this is a great link. I'm scrolling through it right now. I mean, it's terrible, but it's comprehensive. Yeah, it goes deep. It's a really good source. Like, definitely gonna make sure this is on hand if I ever have to argue with a Sam Hyde fan. That's for damn sure. Most of the Daily Stormers donos on Web Searcher are anonymous, with the exception of the comedian Sam Hyde, who pledged $5 grand. When contacted for comment, Hyde asked the reporter if he was Jewish and then boasted that $5,000 was nothing to him. Hyde's TV show on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim programming block was canceled last year, but not before Hyde amassed a following among the loosely knit movement of white nationalists, misogynists, and anti-Semites that has come to be known as the alt-right. Basically, he just came out of nowhere as a comedian dude who got an Adult Swim show, was so racist and offensive his show got canceled, and in doing so, he had the seeds for like a new internet career of alt-writers. And he pretty much immediately started doing this degenerate shit. Oh, you have a link to this skit that wouldn't work. Okay, so this video wouldn't play from the link that I received, but someone linked it to me. Or actually, no, Abby Bunn, who linked that archive to me, linked me the video itself. This is Sam Hyde having made a skit making fun of this situation years ago. Mind you, the public didn't know about it, but behind the scenes, this is him making fun of the situation he's in where he's abusing underage girls that he's statutorily raping. Allegedly.
What's your name? Honey. All right.
Now keep rolling. My sister finishes the Boston Marathon. So proud of her. Took her to a Red Sox game to celebrate.
That's Sam
The
Hyde
seats I got,
right there.
I'm telling you wouldn't believe me if you saw the seats I got. Sox. Red Sox. Red Sox. Red Sox. Red Sox game. From Boston. I like going to expensive soup places. Red Sox. Nice chowder. What Sox? Red Sox. Red Sox. I like going to Ross.
This is just brain rot.
Babe,
John.
look at you. You look nice.
Oh, thanks.
Where'd you get...
He's always like this, by the way. There's not a hint of sincerity in him. To be very clear, he's never sincere. He's never serious or like legit or real with you. He's always like doing a bit or playing a character. It's like he's not even pleasant for his friends to hang out with. I have a feeling like unless this is all this goes away when he's not on any camera, he's probably impossible to be friends with.
get those clothes?
Yeah, his whole personality is like
Ross.
6 layers of irony,
You
yeah.
went to Ross?
I went to Ross, of course.
I knew you looked good today. Look at those. I've been trying to get you to wear those shoes for months.
My chick, she won't get with me. She won't give me any, my chick won't give me any quality time. Quality time. My chick won't give me...
Now, to be very clear, something you need to understand is, if Sam Hyde discovers that I've talked about it, do you guys want to know what his response will probably be? He'll probably demand that I fight him. For those who don't know, I mean, you probably do know this. The alt-right obviously values strength above all else. You know, they love their, like, machismo, right? It's a big part of fascism. Sam Hyde. Hyde steroids. Sam Hyde has been on a steroid regimen and has been, like, doing insane workouts. Where's the real photo of him? Like, the before and after? Yeah, this is the real before and after. And mind you, I think Sam Hyde is 6'5" or 6'6", so like, he is genuinely terrifying, to be clear. I would not agree to this fight. Obviously, he doesn't look like how he does on the left there anymore. But on the right, that is actually him, post steroids. It's definitely not doing his body any favors. It's definitely hurting him in quite a few ways, but he's definitely getting stronger, that's for sure. Yeah, he's like a really disgusting looking guy, and a lot of the most famous images of him are him looking disgusting. It's like, greasy Sam Hyde. He really went viral because images of him that are like edited to look even like grosser became like viral memes, and so his face became universally recognizable. So for those who don't know, this face is Sam Hyde. This is Sam Hyde just making a funny face, and he's like edited it and fried it to look even uglier. But this is the guy who we're talking about at the end of the day. Yeah, this is who we're dealing with here. Anyway, if you guys somehow enjoyed my discussion on this situation, consider dropping a like. It really does help the channel a lot and goes a long way. Subscribe and ring the bell icon if you haven't already. It really does mean a lot to me, and it really does help, seriously. Comment down below as well for a similar response or a similar reaction, a similar outcome, and consider following my social medias linked down below in the description, including joining my fan Discord. It's totally free. It's the main hub of my community, and on top of that, I announce all my new uploads and streams there and host events there as well, so you won't miss anything if you join. I hope to see you there. Of course, consider if you want to support me financially, donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or supporting me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or Patreon. or buying merch to the Streamlabs link down below. But regardless of how you support me, I really do appreciate you just for being here. It really is kind. I really do appreciate it. And as always, have a good one.